Hello. Here we are with my 12 Days of Christmas challenge, where I'm attempting to play 12 games from my collection over the Christmas period. And today we're going to start off with another side quest for the Castle Ravenloft meets Castlevania quest Belmont's Curse campaign. And we're going to play the quest Slay the Fiend. While sipping pints at the local pub, you are approached by an old man who tells you about a foul creature that has been terrorizing the outlying farmlands. You agree to slay the creature and he leads you to the mouth of a cave. As you enter the cavernous opening, you step on stone tile and realize that this structure is man-made. Dun dun dun. Goal: find and defeat the foul creature that is terrorizing the villagers and exit the cavern. So it's important that we actually get back as well. I've set up the dungeon tiles. You can't see them, they're over here. We place the star tile on the table and place each hero on a square adjacent to the stairway. So here. And remove the workshop and the fetid den tile and set those aside. We don't use them. I've done everything else. I've shuffled the monster tokens. We have 3 healing surges altogether. And we get started. So the only thing that I need is my die tray, and off we go. We've got one level 3 hero, that's Alyssa, and everybody else is level 2. So Arjan is first, and we're going to start exploring right away. And as per the rules for this game, we draw 2 tiles, and each time we draw a black arrow tile, we draw a monster stack tile. So this is number 1. We draw the second tile. This is a white one, nothing happens there. And we draw 1 monster. And it is a zombie. And now we act. So Arjan is going to go there and he's going to hit that zombie. And he's going to use... No, he's actually going to stay where he is, and he's going to use his ability to trap strike. So he's going to move this adjacent to him, and then he's going to attack it. And he rolls a 1, so that didn't go so well. So now it's the zombie's attack. He attacks Arjan for 16, which is not a hit. And nothing happens. Next up is Cat, the human rogue. And she is going to move here. And she's going to explore. She's actually going to move 1. And she's going to explore, draw 2 tiles, a white one and another white one. So nothing happens here. I'm just going to put it this way. Alyssa is going to move here, 1, 2, and she's going to attack the zombie using her careful attack, which means she doesn't need to roll, and she kills it outright. This one goes into our pile, and she draws a treasure card. Surround them. Play this blessing immediately. Until the end of your next hero phase, each hero gains a bonus to attack rolls equal to the number of heroes on his or her tile. Okay. And she has the special ability that she can explore without having to be next to an edge. So she's doing this, and she draws 2 monster tiles. 1, 2. Let's see. This one is 1 monster, and it is a wraith. And here we draw 2 monsters, and that is a gargoyle and another wraith. Okay, so if the wraith is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to that hero and attacks that hero with life-draining claws. For 9 plus 6 is 15. Thorgrim's AC is 17, so he only takes 1 damage. Because it does do damage even if it does not succeed. With its attack. So he's down 1. The gargoyle, if the gargoyle is within 1 tile of a hero, it isn't. It does nothing. So it's just going to stay where it is. And this wraith is going to move 1 closer. So now it is Thorgrim. And Thorgrim is going to attack the wraith. And he's going to get 1, 2, 3 plus 3 to his attack. A wraith has 2 hit points. And first he's going to use Dragon's Breath. For 12, which is not enough, so this one goes away. It was a one-time only thing, and then he's going to attack normally. And that is a hit, and it dies. And he draws a treasure. Until the end of your next hero phase, each hero gains +2 speed. But now we have the Shriek of Death. When this monster is destroyed, each hero on its tile takes 1 damage. So everyone takes 1 damage. And that's the end of his attack. So now he's going to move and he's going to explore. He draws 1 tile, 2 tiles. He has to place 1 monster, or draw 1 monster tile. It is actually only 1 monster, and that is a spider. And that spider sits here, and it is going to attack. If the spider is within 1 tile of a hero, it attacks the closest hero with an acidic web. And it rolls a 14 in total. And that would be him, but his AC is 17, so nothing happens. So that's that. Next up is Arjan again. And Arjan is going to he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, explore, because remember we have +2 movement. 1 tile, 2 tiles, monster, monster, that is 2 monsters. And the first monster he places is a rat swarm. Second monster is a zombie. Third monster, or let's see what's over here, 1 monster. And that is a skeleton. And remember, he has 2 more movement left. And he's going to take 1, 2 steps, and he's going to use the at willpower cleave for a +7. It's normally +6, but we have the special ability that until the end of Alyssa's turn we get +1 or plus the number of heroes on our tile. So he rolls a 17, that's a hit. So the rat swarm dies, but since he has the cleave ability, he can now choose another monster on his tile and move adjacent to it. And this monster takes 1 damage, which is a zombie, which kills this monster immediately as well. Now the skeleton takes its turn. It's within 1 tile of a hero. It moves adjacent to the closest hero, i.e. Arjan. And it attacks him with a charging slice for a +9. We roll a 12, that's a 21. That is a hit. And he takes 2 damage. And that's Arjan's turn. Next up is Cat, the human rogue. She is going to, she has a speed of 6, +2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And she's going to explore black and white. Draw a monster, and she places 2 monsters, and these are a blazing skeleton and a wolf. She has 2 more movement. Let's see what her abilities are. Attack 1 monster within 1 tile of you. You gain a +2 bonus to the attack roll if the monster is 1 tile away from you. So we're going to try and attack the wolf for 9 plus. So basically +2. So that's +11, and she rolls a 7, which is 18, which is enough to kill the wolf. Now the blazing skeleton attacks each hero on the closest hero's tile with a ball of fire. So these 2, +7. 15 against Arjan is a miss, so he only takes 1 point of damage. And Cat is, oh yeah, it's also Cat, so she is, what did we say? It was 15, wasn't it? Okay, so she takes 2 points of damage. So she's now down to 7. Next up is Alyssa. She has a speed of 6 plus 2. And she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, sorry, she's got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to work. So she's going to explore a white one. Nothing happens here. And a black one. So she needs to draw from the monster stack. And she draws 3 monsters. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. The first monster she places is a ghoul. Next up we have a gargoyle. And lastly we have a rat swarm. Okay. Okay, she can't do anything, so we're gonna start. The gargoyles are not within 1 tile, so they don't do anything. The wraith moves 1 closer to the nearest hero. The ghoul moves 1 tile, and the rat swarm also moves 1 tile. Okay. This is Alyssa, so her blessing is now gone. Next up is our cleric. He's got a movement of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough to explore. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to he's going to attack the He's going to attack the Wraith. And he rolls a 14 plus 6 is 20. The Wraith dies. There is no one there to shriek, to intimidate with his shriek, so that's fine. Then he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's the end of his phase. Now we didn't draw any tiles, so we have to draw an encounter card, and let's see what happens there. Frenzy. Each monster you control activates twice during your villain phase. That would be the spider. So the spider moves 2 tiles towards the closest hero. 1, 2, and then it attacks the adjacent hero, which would be Arjan, for 11, so he takes 1 damage. And that's that. Next round, it's Arjan. Arjan is going to cleave. He's going to attack the skeleton. For 17, and the skeleton dies. And then he is going to do 1 damage, 1 automatic damage to the spider, which also dies. And then he's going to move 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, it's not enough. 1, 2, 3, and he's going to explore. And the arcane circle is revealed. I'm going to tell you what this means in a second. So first of all, we're going to draw 1 monster tile, and we place 1 monster for Arjan. That's the skeleton again. And then the arcane circle. The fiend stands in the chamber ahead. You grip your weapon as you step forward to find out what foul creature has been terrorizing the villagers. Instead of drawing from the monster stack, draw a tile from the villain stack. Oh, I think I forgot to draw treasures, didn't I? Yeah, so Arjan just killed 2 things. So he gets 2 treasures. What are they? Your hero regains 1 hit point. Very nice. And you can move your speed or make an attack. That's interesting. I'm going to use Trapping Strike and move this one towards me and attack it for 22, which means it dies. And now we have to draw the villain. So this is the villain stack. We're going to take the topmost, and it's going to be the Howling Hag. So we're gonna. So she's over here now in the arcane circle. We're gonna get her villain card. I know I've got it somewhere over here. So the Howling Hag is now going to appear every single time. The hag activates at the start of each villain phase. If the hag is within 1 tile of 2 or more heroes, no, she's not. If the hag is on a tile with a hero, no. If the hag has no path to a hero, place her on a random crypt corner tile. Otherwise, the hag moves one tile towards the closest hero. So now she's going to move towards Arjan. Okay. Now it's Alyssa. No, sorry, it's Cat. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, and she's going to attack the Howling Hag for +9. She rolls a 13, which is 22, so the hag takes 1 damage. So she moved 3, so she has 2 more. She's going to move here and she's going to explore. Because what we don't want is we don't want to start drawing encounters. 1. And she places 1 monster and she places a wolf. In addition to her blazing skeleton. Okay. So, first of all, the blazing skeleton is within 1 tile of a hero. It attacks each hero on the closest hero's tile with a fireball. It rolls a 7, which is 14. And I'm going to use Unbalancing Parry. Use this power when an adjacent monster hits you. The attack misses instead. Place that monster on a tile within 1 tile of you. So we're going to push this one out here. So she still takes 1 damage. But the monster is out of the way. And Arjan also takes 1 damage. The wolf is going to move adjacent, and it's going to pounce for 19, so she takes 1 more point of damage, and she's also slowed. The Howling Hag is within 1 tile of 2 or more heroes, and she attacks each hero within 1 tile of her with a horrifying howl. For 21, that's a hit. So Cat takes 1 point of damage. Arjan takes 1 point of damage, and now the hero is placed 1 tile away from his or her tile. So we're going to roll. A d4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Cat is placed here, and Arjan is placed next to her. She probably didn't want that. Okay, so that was Cat. Next up is Alyssa, the human ranger. And she is going to She's going to use holy water, and one undead monster within one tile of her takes 1 damage. That's the ghoul. It dies. Whoops. She doesn't even have to roll for this. She just basically discards the holy water and she draws a breath of life. Your hero regains 1 hit point. That's cool. So she's now back to normal with 10 hit points. And then she's going to move quite quickly. Well, as quickly as she can. She has a speed of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's going to draw a encounter card. Animated armor. Attack each hero on the active hero's tile. +7. It's a 1, so this one doesn't work at all. And she doesn't, nothing happens. So next up is the rat swarm. It moves 1. The 2 gargoyles do nothing. The howling hag, if the hag is on a tile with a hero, she attacks that hero with a teleporting curse. For 19, that's a hit. So Arjan takes 1 point of damage and then he is placed on a random crypt corner tile. Now we don't have the crypt corners out, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We've got 20 tiles exactly. Let's roll. It's a 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He gets teleported here. That was Alyssa's turn. Next up is our cleric. And he is... he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to attack. He's going to use his utility power healing word to give Cat back her surge value of 5 points. And then he is going to use Lance of Faith to attack the Howling Hag. For a natural 20, which means when you'd attack and roll a natural 20, you deal +1 damage. So he does 2 points of damage to her. And he also gets to level up for 5 experience points. So we're gonna... We're going to return these to the monster stack, or to the monster list, so to speak. And when he levels up to 3rd level. He is going to go for an additional hit point. So his hit points are now 18. No, sorry, his hit points are 11. What am I saying? His AC is 17. His speed is 5. His attack is no different. And his surge value is still 5. And his attack depends, yeah. So that was a really, really good roll. So now we draw his encounter card because he didn't explore. Crossbow turret. It's a trap. So now he can try and disable it straight away. He doesn't. So now we're going to trigger the trap. 11. So each one within one tile loses one one point. And next up is, of course, the Howling Hag. If the Howling Hag is within one tile of 2 or more heroes, that's not the case. If the hag is on a tile with a hero, no. If the hag has no, that's towards the closest hero, so she's going to move here. And that's it. So next up is Arjan, the Dragonborn. He's going to, first of all, attack the rat swarm. And a natural 1, that didn't work. So he's now going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. So then he's going to draw an encounter card. Choking Fog. Each hero on the active hero's tile gets attacked. And each one takes 1 point of damage. So that one is Alyssa. And Arjan. Next up is the Howling Hag. She's on the same tile as a hero. And she attacks him with a teleporting curse. For 16, that's 23. That's a hit. So first of all, Thorgrim loses 1 hit point, and then he gets teleported to a random tile. And actually he rolls a 1, so he gets teleported here. Next up is Cat. She's slowed, so her speed is 2. So she's just going to move 1, 2, and that's it. She controls a wolf, which is... Oh, sorry, that's actually not her. That's her. So she's not going to move. She's going to attack... She's going to use Deep Cut to attack one adjacent monster. For 5, 12, that's not enough, so she's going to use her lucky charm to re-roll. For 16, yeah, that is a hit. So the blazing skeleton dies. She is slowed. So she only has 2 move. But she can still do this, and she's going to explore because we don't want to draw an encounter. And she draws 1 monster, and it is no monsters. Excellent. So next up she's going to, and the crossbow turret is over here, she's going to move the wolf. And the wolf is adjacent to a hero, so it attacks the hero with a bite for 25. So that's 2 damage. Well, no, actually he's, sorry. No, he's not attacking her. He's going to attack her with a pounce. And that's also a, and she continues to be slowed. Next up is the Howling Hag, who is within 1 tile of 2 or more heroes. That's not the case. Oh, actually, she is within 1 tile of 2 or more heroes. And she's going to attack all of them with her horrifying howl for 17. So Cat definitely takes 1 damage. Thorgrim takes 1 damage as well. And now each of them get moved. And place the hero 1 tile away from his or her tile. So Cat only has the possibility of left or right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thorgrim can go 2 tiles as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he ends up over here. Next up is Alyssa. She is not slowed. She has a speed of 6. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's all she's going to do. She's going to draw an encounter card. Haunted Mists. You catch glimpses of the faces of long dead adventurers in the mists that fill your crypt. It's an environment card for undead monsters. The gargoyles that she controls do nothing. The rat swarm is going to move towards him and is going to attack him with a for 25, which is definitely a hit, and he takes 1 point of damage. That was Alyssa. Now the Howling Hag moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. Now each hero is within 2 tiles of her, so now we need to make a decision. 1, 2, 3. We need to re-roll because we rolled a 4, 3. So she moves towards her, which is actually quite fortuitous. So next up is our cleric. And he's actually just going to explore 1, 1 monster, and he places a rat swarm. He has 5 speed, so he can still go 2, 3, 4, and he's gonna try and attack the adjacent monster for 19, which kills it. And it's a healing strike, so he can choose one hero within one tile, but there isn't one, so he can't do this, but he gets a treasure. And this treasure is Thieves' Tools. You gain +4 bonus roll to rolls to disable traps. That's good. Okay, so the crossbow turret is not going to attack anyone except if it were to attack the Howling Hag, which I don't think it does. She's going to move closer to her. And that's all there is to it. Arjan is next. He's going to start with Unstoppable, which allows him to regain 2 hit points at the start of his turn. Then he's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to use Trapping Strike, which allows him to I'm afraid I had a problem with my camera, so I believe that a lot of the stuff that I've been doing has not recorded. That's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. We've managed to kill and it actually was quite an interesting fight, but basically everybody's withdrawing now. We've killed the Howling Hag. Arjan has just killed these guys. And he is now drawing a treasure card. Lucky find. Draw 3 treasure cards and keep 1, discard the others. Which is actually going to kill him. So Arjan just fell over. Next up is Cat. She can leave now. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's left. The Cleric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hasn't left yet. He needs to draw an encounter card. Roll a die for each hero on a 1 to 5. The hero takes 1 damage and is immobilized. Yes, so he is immobilized and takes 1 damage. This doesn't work for Arjan because Arjan is already down. So now we're going to use 1 surge to get him up again, and he's going to start running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1 encounter card. Katrina Velikovna. She attacks him. For 26. Yeah, he takes 3 points of damage. And now each one that isn't on the same tile as a hero moves. Next up is the Cleric. He leaves the building. So now we have our friend Arjan, and he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His speed, he needs to draw an encounter card. Prowling Ghost. We're going to discard this one. We're not going to use this one at all. We're going to just discount this one. He's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needs to draw an encounter card, which we now cannot cancel. Spear Gauntlet. Let's see if we can disarm it. No, we don't. He now needs to be attacked by it, and he takes 3 points of damage, which means he's down again. It's his new round. We spend 1 healing surge. He's got 5 points. 1, 2, and he's off and gone. So we've managed to to escape, which was good. And towards the end it got a little bit hairy because the Howling Hag is actually quite a formidable foe in that she can and does teleport people around the place, which I really, really like. I think she's a great opponent. I'm sorry that part of the story got lost because the camera didn't work, but that was my first of my 12 Christmas day challenges, and I will be playing, as I said, games old and new, some that I've never played on this channel before, some that I've never played, so basically there will be a lot of looking up rules, but like this game was a game that I've played before where I'm just now progressing the story, and I hope you enjoyed this. And we can't really level anyone up because we don't have any experience points left. We do have 19 gold. Do we get anything when we leave? When we completed this encounter? We don't get any... We don't get any, anything. That's boring. Well, I'll just rule that we get 10 gold. Yeah, because to get nothing is a bit ridiculous. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.